shall we get started? Yes, we shall. Hello, everybody. It is me, Darcy, the man in the hat, and him, Kris. He's not good enough for a hat. And welcome back once again to our Unnamed Podcast, where we sit here for man and talk rubbish.
Yes.
Yes. I'm wearing red today, Kris. It's very bright. I want to bring this up because it's probably going to be in one of my other videos because I've been wearing a jumper on and off sporadically, and it's not because I'm cold. I keep my sleeves rolled because it's too hot. It's just because I can. It's just a can thing. It's like the beanie.
That's fair. Because it has not been cold. Like today was.
No, yesterday was fucking hot.
Yesterday was hot. Today was just muggy as all hell.
When that rain stopped,
and then when
that rain stopped last night, I was just like, "Holy fucking shit, I'm sweating."
So when you got it, like it's the blood test today, and like I had my arm on the side of the chair, take it off, and it's just fucking covered in sweat. And like
that is just because you're an animal.
I am. Yes.
Anyway, that addressed. Let's jump on to some channel news. Yeah. Channel news, Kris. Some stuff happened.
The Room 3 Part 1 came out.
Yes.
Today.
See some of Chris's wonderful cheating ways.
Hey. Not all of it was cheating ways.
Considering that you would definitely finish Chapter 1.
I don't think I did.
I'm fairly sure I checked your Steam achievements and you finished Chapter 1.
Okay,
so
fine.
that was like the part we did.
Okay, fine.
Did you read the whole preamble in the description?
Not all of it, because it
about
doesn't
how
actually
you're a cheat, but how you're the worst cheat.
No, because
and how no one should be impressed by you. Yes.
Look, I played that part so long ago, I completely forgot.
As I said,
like when you were trying to be the wise old owl the first time, and you're like, I played it ages ago, I don't remember.
Yeah, but I was still pretty good,
Christ.
Yeah, no, it's the whole thing where it's like, Kris knew he was going to play this game.
No, I didn't know I was going to play the third one.
Yes, you did.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, because we had set that out from the beginning, and you didn't even know.
No, we didn't even discuss that the first time.
You didn't even know about the room until we started playing the first one. And I was like, oh, you'll play the first one, I'll play the second one. And then you play third, I'll play fourth.
I don't think we discussed that until the second recording we did.
Oh,
By that point, I'd already played 1, 2, and part of 3.
Oh no, this kid. And then Mario, one of the parts of Mario came out.
Yes.
On Monday.
Yes.
So if you'll also notice, that one was about Kris and his cheating ways.
This week is. I don't even remember how that was. How was I cheating in that one? Oh wait, it was the stuff that it was still accidentally on, wasn't it?
No, I can't remember what that one was. There's something in that one where it was you say something and I call you a cheat for it. But the thumbnail was perfect because I just clicked on a random part of the video, and on that random part of the video, you're in first with a star and a bomb.
Wait, I had a star and a bomb?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch this now. I don't remember having that. Then again, it's probably the fact that I was in super low, and then all of a sudden something happened to everyone at the start, and
all I'm saying is that I looked at that and just went, "Fucking look at him cheating." First place with a star and a bomb.
Hey, look, it's the other way to counteract a blue shell.
No, indeed. But yeah, so those videos both came out this week. We've reached the 20 mark.
Oh, finally.
Yes. You know, that was a massive relief for me. It's finally happened. Nice. Everything is right with the world. I fucking hate the number 20. So that's awesome. You know, however long we stay on 21, I don't know. But at least we're not on 20 anymore.
That's fair.
Bad year.
Why was it a bad year?
Kris, it was 3 years ago.
Oh, you're talking about that 20. I thought you were talking about when you were 20.
No.
Okay, fair. Yeah, okay.
2020, bad year.
Okay, then I agree.
Number 20, bad.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah. Other than that,
oh shit, that's a good point.
Oh, sweet. I have one student in a row. Hey! Oh, I should probably respond to that just so my boss is aware that I'm
aware that you've noticed it.
Yes, because we haven't actually talked in like a week or two.
Or two, okay.
Yeah, so, yeah.
No.
Other than, like, editing videos this week, I haven't really done much.
Okay.
In terms of, like, behind-the-scenes stuff. I didn't get any suggestions for what I was going to play solo.
No.
And then I was going to play Subnautica and it needed an update. And then I didn't.
Well, that sounds right.
Because I was like, oh, yeah, I'll update you. And then I went to bed.
That sounds right. I was thinking it was either something like that or the update finished and then you lost all motivation to play Subnautica and just didn't play.
No. It's for the channel. I consider it work, so it doesn't really matter about my motivation.
Okay, fair enough.
But I just like put it onto update and I was like, wow, this is taking a long time. And so I updated it. And then, once I'd updated it, I was like, okay, I'll play it now. And then I've never played Subnautica on this console.
Okay, yeah.
So it was syncing for like 3 hours.
Oh, come on.
I was like, what the fuck? Because it would go, syncing done. And I go, okay, play. And it goes, syncing. And it would start again. I'm just like, I'm going to bed.
No, I don't blame you on that one. Like, holy shit, 3 hours.
So
of
I
syncing.
haven't done the Darcy solo Subnautica yet.
It'll happen.
Sorry. I also kind of have to plan out how I'm going to do that one. I think I might just go full hardcore death mode. One death, you're dead.
And then restart.
Well, that's actually a game mode in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like full survival, except if you die, you wipe.
Fair.
So that'll be interesting. You know, probably 45-minute long video on that. See how I do facing up to one of my only fears, the deep water. And like the thing is, like, and I'm sure when I get to the game I'll explain it as well, but I'm not scared of deep water in video games.
No.
It does make me uncomfortable, especially in something like Subnautica. Like I talk about it in Raft a lot, but in the Raft it's never really an issue, even though it is the worst situation for me because you look under that water and it's just black.
So I just imagine it's going to be worse while playing that other game.
Other game.
The one that was announced.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
My issue with Subnautica is it actually does hit one of the things that scares me about deep water, and that is the creatures.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Mama didn't raise no fool. I'm very intelligent, and I know that the second a human gets put in water, any pretense we have to being top dog is gone.
Oh, yeah.
We are slow, we are ungainly, and we can't even breathe the stuff.
That is also true.
So, yeah. Don't like water. I don't like deep water. I just don't. But yeah, as I said, it's not so bad in the Raft because I know the only thing that's coming for me
Is one shark.
is one shark that I have killed so many times.
I have also killed multiple times now.
You're not
No, I haven't killed it as many times as you, but I've killed it multiple times as well.
In that situation, it's kind of like
I'm getting better.
satisfactory. I know at any given time I am the most dangerous thing
Well,
in
yes.
that ocean.
Yes.
There's another game that I have recently downloaded that is exactly along those lines. It's
Okay.
called Stranded Deep. I
Yes.
own it on the PC, the PS, and the Xbox.
God damn it, another one of those?
Yeah.
Now, which one are you going to play it on?
I played a lot of it on the PS4.
Okay, yes.
I will probably be switching to either the Xbox
Or the PC.
or the PC. Probably the PC, mainly because it's a multiplayer,
Okay. Yeah.
so we can play it together, but that may need to be an Xbox thing because you own it on the Xbox.
It's true.
But yeah, no, that one is a game where the deep water freaks me the fuck out because there's lots of sharks in that water.
Well, yes.
I think only one chases you at a time, but there's also boss creatures that are big and dangerous animals,
Yeah.
and it's a little bit more realistic than both of the other two that we've talked about.
Yes.
Being Raft and Subnautica, but
Yes.
yeah, that one, yeah, and you just that one does me. That one does do me a bit.
That's fair.
But yeah, as I said, I'm not one of these people who's like in the game and I'm like, oh, I'm freaking out. It's like, no. If I understand this is a video game,
Yes.
so there's no consequences. But I'm just saying that if I was in that situation in real life, I would be like just noping the fuck out of there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Put me on a desert island, I ain't gonna be in deep water.
It's true.
But yeah, so like when I play Subnautica, I keep that into account. I'm fine with it in games, but there are points where it's like, especially in Subnautica, where you're like swimming and it's a bit deeper, and all of a sudden it's like 100 meters deep below, and you're just kind of like, whew, that's disconcerting.
Yes.
There's a lot of distance between me and anything that can keep me safe.
Yes, there is.
Other than that, I've got a lot of editing to do. Me and Kris are going to do some filming tonight. I've got a few plans for that.
Okay.
We're gonna jump into some Call of Duty.
Okay, yes.
Do some DMZ on the new maps.
Once again, only have one screen for that one.
Yes, that'll just be from my point of view. So you just hear Chrissy being Chrissy in the background.
So I've only played the new map once.
I have also only played it once. However, I feel it would be more suited for us because it's actually a map. It's not just a desert with a few bits and pieces thrown in the middle of it.
That is true.
So I do want to give it a go and see if it's any good. However, because it's DMZ, it probably won't be.
Well, as I said, it's one of those things. They've increased the difficulty of the computer.
I think that's more to do with the people that are there. Because, each of the maps...
Oh, no, even on Imazra, they've increased it. So they do more damage.
Oh, okay. I haven't played on that. I haven't actually, since the new release, I've played one round of DMZ.
Yeah, so what they did is they increased the damage that they put out.
Right.
Because they increased your health. Yeah, they did that.
Why?
Because it makes it harder for you to get killed.
But there's no point increasing your health if they're going to increase the enemy's damage.
I'm aware.
There's no point increasing the enemy's damage if they're increasing your health.
That's why I thought I'd let you know what they did, because it's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
it makes it. But basically, it makes it harder for other players to kill you.
We can discuss this
later
in a bit. We can discuss this after the whole channel news thing.
Yes,
because that's very relevant.
Because we keep doing that.
Yes. So we're going to hit some more Raft.
Okay, yes.
Not Raft.
No.
Room. Because we have none of that filmed.
And I now haven't played any of it.
It says that.
Did you put the...
There's something else I want to film, but I can't remember what it is. I'm sure it'll come back to me.
Maybe.
And in other stuff to do with channel news, because we're at the point of the year that we're at, me and Kris actually have to start discussing what we'll be doing for Halloween, because that requires some fucking planning.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Not doing that again. Not making the same mistake we made last time, where I literally had to edit something the day it was supposed to be going out.
So this time, so we do the same thing, except we need to do it ahead of time.
Yeah. More than a week ahead of time. And I'm actually hoping to have all of that done by the end of September, like all edited and everything.
That would be smart.
So they're ready to go. Because let me tell you this, right? I went, okay, we'll film it a week before it's due. That'll give me a week to edit all the videos, and then a video can come out every... No, that did not happen.
The only thing is, if we do a Phasmo, do we want to do it closer to? Because there's bound to be a Halloween event.
I know. Maybe.
Okay.
In fact...
I suppose we'll look at that getting closer to it.
That's that discussion we got to have, because that may be something we even look at doing a live stream or something like that.
Oh yeah. We can do that. Yeah.
It'll be difficult. It'll require some work, but might be doable.
Yes.
So that's kind of where we are. Channel news. Plans moving forward. Still got to look into the Patreon.
Yeah. Further than the main page.
I pressed an icon.
Oh shit, he's gone further. Which icon?
Don't remember.
So he hasn't gone far?
Nope.
No.
Patreon scares me.
Why?
Because of my sensibilities. And it's just kind of a whole website where it's like, please give me money. And I was like,
okay, yeah. Don't really care.
I'm not really comfortable with asking people for money.
That's fair.
Like, it's kind of like that whole thing like with you and Jordan, where it's like, can't just come over and say, I need this money.
Yes, except getting closer to the date, yeah, you're gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to kind of this weekend be like, hey guys, just remember I need the money. Let's say by Monday.
Yes.
Just what, Monday is the 10th?
Monday is the 10th, yes.
It's due on the 12th, so it's kind of like, yeah, guys.
That is fair.
Kind of need the money by Monday.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I don't know. It's something where it's like, it could actually help us out so much having a Patreon, right?
It could.
It could. Probably won't.
Well, mainly because we said we can put more content there that we can't on YouTube.
We can put content there we can't on YouTube, and YouTube has apparently been just a real piece of work at the moment in terms of like the monetization. Look, don't get me wrong, we're nowhere near monetization things, but we're also at a point where most of our videos would be severely demonetized because I don't censor us. And YouTube is apparently...
true, because I have noticed a lot more of that recently.
YouTube is apparently at a point now where it's like not even letting you say words like bitch and bastard.
Oh.
It's 2 for you, YouTube. Let alone the words that frequently come out of my mouth.
Hell mine.
But yeah, I just sometimes I think
especially
YouTube
when we're
is
playing Mario
whack.
Kart.
Oh.
That one.
As I said, there was one Mario Kart where I just did not, like,
immediately
30 seconds in, just...
I mentioned Toad, now it comes.
Kris says Toad and Darcy goes,
Yep.
But yeah, no, apparently it's just been, like, super anal about it at the moment.
Yeah.
Because you know how it, like, fluctuates sometimes, and it's like,
yeah,
okay, just don't swear right off the bat.
Yeah.
Then sometimes it's like, oh no, go crazy. Just don't say anything super offensive.
And it's just
and
really...
then sometimes it's like, draconian, do not say a single thing, we are China.
Whereas it's really annoying because we've checked a box that says we're not for kids.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the part that annoys me the most about the whole thing. It's like, if you say that you are not making content for children, then you should have the same freedom that a TV show that says that it's M-rated has, which is to have swearing and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Because you're saying, no, we're not for children. But again, because of the unique way that YouTube works, where a child can literally get on and watch anything, they go like, oh, but we can't have
unless
this.
they're using YouTube Kids.
True.
Because if they're using YouTube Kids, anything that's checked that box that says we're not for kids will not be on there.
But, you know, that's kind of where I get so hard to contemplate all of this crap, because it's like, you tick the box, you say we're not for kids. They have a whole YouTube thing for kids.
Yeah.
But because that's technically not going to stop kids from doing whatever the fuck they want, YouTube is like, well, we're going to put these strict restrictions on everything. It's like, why? I understand that, you know, there's been a whole lot of controversy about these things that kids have been watching, and it's had disturbing material in it. But the truth comes from it. If you were saying it's not for children, and you have some disturbing material in it, you've checked your boxes.
Yeah.
If you say it's for kids and you put disturbing shit in it, well, fuck you, you're a scumbag.
Yes.
But if you say, no, it's not for kids...
And there are a lot of them.
There are. But, like, if you say it's not for kids, you don't put it out for kids, you do the steps to try and make sure you're right. YouTube shouldn't be punishing you for not making child-friendly material.
Yeah, just because we play Mario Kart.
Yeah, and
it's a fun game. As much as we hate Toad,
dude,
it's a fun game.
Here's my thing though. It's like, people say like, oh, but gaming is for children. I would guarantee you I know more adults that play Mario Kart than children. Most of the children I know play shit like Grand Theft Auto.
That is true.
And talk to me about playing Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And me and my buddy play Mario Kart. They're like, oh, that's the baby game. It's like, nah, man, you just don't understand.
Yeah. That's it. No, because it happens all the time. Like, yeah, my nephew plays it, but because I introduced it to him.
Yeah, but as I said, there's Anyway, yeah. So channel news. Me and Kris are going to start planning out Halloween soon.
Yes.
Like before the end of July, we will have a plan of how we're going to attack Halloween. Probably with knives.
Preferably.
Oh, that's how I attack most things.
I mean, that's pretty fun.
And yeah, then I'm going to do a bit more filming with Kris tonight, get a little bit more content out there. Because after that massive film dump we did last time, I think I'm down to like the last 3 or 4 videos that need to be edited.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're in need again.
Yes.
Not as desperately as last time. Last time it was like, yo, if we don't do anything, we have nothing. But yeah, so we're gonna do some filming, get some stuff up there so that we are in the right kind of place.
Yes.
And then yeah, plan out our Halloween, because even though it almost killed me, I kind of like that daily release for Halloween. Yeah, and I'm thinking if we go into it actually prepared for once, ready, going.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We were nowhere near prepared last time because we'd also only just recently started the channel.
We had never been prepared for a day on that one.
No.
Actually, we really had. We'd only been going for a month at that point.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure like our first thing was like the last day of September or something like that.
It was late September. Because I know I wasn't doing anything the beginning of September.
Oh, I don't know.
I think we discussed it beginning of September, but we just didn't start.
Yeah. What else?
Um,
I don't think of anything else. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Other than the Patreon thing, where it's like, yeah, because the whole thing was we were talking about Patreon. It's like it could actually help us because like it could get us a little bit of extra money for the channel.
Yeah.
But because of the so few subscribers we have, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm also just like, we don't really even have enough subscribers to even warrant a high Patreon thing.
True. Yeah.
Because like I think like the stats on that is something like for every 1,000 subscribers you have, you might have one person on Patreon.
That would be about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So but it's just something we got to look into because if we, we can put out some stuff that we want to put out that could just never fly on YouTube.
Yeah.
But also have a more direct way of interacting with people.
Yeah.
Because trust me, the YouTube way of interaction isn't great. It's not bad, but it isn't great.
At this particular point we're at, it's not bad. Once if we do get a lot bigger, it's horrible.
Oh, well, even right now though, it's like I check the channel probably once every 2 days.
Yeah.
To see if anything's happening and all of that.
Yeah.
And there can be entire things that I've missed completely because it's happened in that period where I haven't been checking. And it's just kind of like, this happened, and YouTube just doesn't tell you that it happened.
That's weird.
Yeah, so it'll be like someone left a comment, and the only thing you'll get is like a video with a comment on it. So like somewhere buried on your homepage, it's like, hey, you got a new comment.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it's pretty bad.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
So, that's the other side that Patreon would give us the ability to have that more direct connection.
Yeah.
But even in saying that, then you go and look into the even more direct connections with things like Discord and all that kind of stuff.
Well, yes. Because Discord will give you a notification every time.
Indeed it will.
Well, if you've got it turned on.
Yes. So, but, as I said, like the Patreon is like a way for more direct support, more direct stuff, and we can put some exclusive stuff there that you can't get anywhere else, but we also have a little bit more freedom.
Yeah.
The Discord can be used to give us a way to interact with everyone better.
Yeah.
And the YouTube can be used to put out videos. As I said, it's considering that how small we are, it's not the world's biggest issue right now, but with where we hope to eventually get to, YouTube is just really not designed for that kind of thing.
No.
Yeah, I think that just about wraps us up for channel news.
So,
So, instead, let's talk about, because Kris did mention Call of Duty earlier, and considering that I have always been the bigger Call of Duty fan of the two of us,
yes.
you can see how bad it is when you have stuff about it that I don't know.
It's because Jaden's a big fan of it, and the only time I've actually played in the most recent season was with Jaden. And he mentioned what they'd done.
Well, here's the thing, right? When I say Call of Duty fan, I'm not really talking, I'm like talking the fact that I am someone who has literally bought every Call of Duty
And I've bought...
that has ever come out.
I bought 2.
Nice commitment.
Yeah.
And
oh wait, no, yeah, 3.
I'm just kind of someone who like every time I buy them, I'm like, I hate this.
Pretty much.
So I don't know why I buy them. Probably for the same reason I buy every NBA game that comes out. And I bought like 3 FIFAs, and I hate FIFA. I detest it.
Have you? I've never even seen you play it.
I play it sometimes, but I hate it.
Why fucking play it? I hate a game, I stopped playing it entirely.
Well, it's fun to play.
Oh.
It's just I hate soccer. And FIFA is a scummy organisation.
Fair.
It's so corrupt.
That's right. Just called FIFA Soccer. Because it is.
What? It's just called FIFA. FIFA is the Football Association.
I'm thinking of something different.
It's a...
Oh, I was thinking of futsal. Never mind. Futsal. Soccer. Slightly different rules, but the same.
Yeah. Yeah, wait. We were talking about Call of Duty.
Yes.
And how it's terrible. And how I bought all the FIFAs. And, like, you pretty much name any game that comes out yearly, and I guarantee you I'll probably have bought it.
Yeah.
Except ice hockey. I only own 1 copy of ice hockey.
Okay, yes.
2 copies of ice
hockey. Is the number about to go up again?
No.
No?
I only own 2 copies.
Oh, there you go. Not bad.
I don't care enough about ice hockey to care about the yearly changes.
Fair.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, Call of Duty. It's just, it's sucky, but, you know.
For some reason we keep playing it.
It's because it's easy. But, in saying that, I have recently gone back to playing Halo Infinite, and boy, is that game good.
Yes.
The thing is, though, I see a lot of people on YouTube, right, and they talk about how Halo Infinite kind of isn't good, and I'm like, what? Have you been playing the same game as me? Because, like, okay, the campaign isn't the best Halo campaign.
Yeah, I've heard. Yes.
And if you were to hold it against, like, if you were to go like, oh, well, Halo's the Xbox exclusive, God of War is the Sony exclusive, well, God of War wins, doesn't it? I would argue.
Story alone.
Single player experience, God of War. Multiplayer experience. Well, what's God of War's multiplayer experience like, Kris?
You know, I've heard it's really bad.
Have you heard that it's
non-existent?
not there? So, you know, when you compare the games for what they are, which is 2 totally different genres, one is a single player story, the other is really a first person shooter multiplayer game, which is what most first person shooters have to do. Like, you think about it, with the exception of maybe Doom, most first person shooters rely heavily on their multiplayer function to be even slightly relevant.
Most of them, yeah.
I'm trying to think of one that the first-person shooter that hasn't used its multiplayer to rely. And even Doom, you can't say Doom is kept alive because of its story. Doom is kept alive purely and simply because there is nothing else quite like Doom. It is a fast-paced first-person shooter that is all about that movement.
Yes.
It rewards you for being the ultra-aggressive Doom
Even
guy.
Army of Two was multiplayer, not online. Well, sorry, yes, online, but not PvP.
But Army of Two isn't a first-person shooter.
Oh, that's right.
It's a third-person shooter.
That's right, it is too. Shit, I forgot about.
But yeah, as I said, like, so for first-person shooters, I can't really think of any big ones.
Maybe the earlier Crisis games.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you those. They were solo. However, I've always said this about Crisis, and Crisis was a game that survived purely on the fact that I don't think Crisis was ever that good. Going back and playing them all recently, I kind of went...
I played 2 and 3, but that was about it.
What was all the hype about? And I think the hype purely came from the fact that Crisis had a thing of being like, can you run it? Or I can run Crisis. Because that was kind of, back when it first came out, that was the whole thing. I can run Crisis. No one's ever sitting there going like, oh man, Crisis is great. It was more the fact that I can run it.
Yeah.
My computer can run it. So it was like a badge of honor being able to run it. But then like everyone who was like, I can run it, no one ever said like, oh, and it's a brilliant game. They was like, I can run it. So, you know, there's that argument.
Like, I mean, it had some cool aspects to it, but otherwise...
Oh, don't get me wrong, it was fine, but it wasn't anything to write home about.
No, it was nothing I would go back and play a second time.
And then, like, I would argue, like, okay, so when we look at the Halo and the God of War series, right, to compare two things that really shouldn't be compared, but you look at the God of War and you go, how many great games has the God of War franchise had? I'd say 2 really great ones.
Yes.
The 2 recent ones.
Correct.
And then kind of the older stuff was
I never played too much of it.
I never played any of it. So like my thing is I've seen footage of it and I've gone, it's not great.
Yeah, I do.
It's okay. It's a good game. It looks good. But it's nowhere near the caliber of what the modern is.
Oh no, nowhere near. Absolutely not.
And here is my thing, right? If we look at the mainline God of War, so like the stuff that was released for consoles, out of 5-ish games, 5?
Pretty sure it was only 5.
Yeah, 5-ish games. They've had 3 good games and 2 great games.
Yeah.
I'd say if we look at the Halo franchise mainline, so 1, 2, 3, ODST, Reach, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
I would say we've got 3 great games.
Yeah.
1, 3, and Reach.
Yeah.
Great games. We've got several good games, you know. Choose a good game. Halo 4's perfectly functionable.
Yeah.
ODST is, by all standards, a good game. And then, like, 1 bad game, which is Halo 5.
Yeah.
Halo 5 is a very not good game. But Halo Infinite, that's a good game. And it kind of... Where 5 was going, Halo Infinite was a complete turnaround and actually, in my opinion, saved the game.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're not talking about the solo play stuff. Let's talk about what Halo has always been known for. What one of its most like killer facts is multiplayer. Yeah. That was really what put Halo on the map. Bigger than anything that was going to ever be a Halo killer.
I'd say so, because that's what I sort of mainly play.
It's kind of like my thing. It's like Halo's campaign is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a nice story.
Yeah.
But it's not groundbreaking. There's nothing in there that's like, holy shit. It's fine. And so all these games that come out and were like, we're going to be Halo killers, they were like trying to compete with the campaign, and I was like, okay, well, that's not why people love Halo. People love Halo because of its multiplayer. Yeah. And its multiplayer has always been, and still is to a level, this perfectly flat playing field for everyone, where skill and knowledge actually makes a difference.
Yeah.
Because you can't come into the game with the best weapon. It's not
COD.
Is an
advantage, yeah.
You're not coming in with the best weapon that you've spent hours to unlock and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone starts off with the same weapons, and the weapons are there for everybody.
Yep.
So any game that tries and competes with Halo is already losing if it's got this thing where more experienced players have a mechanical advantage. Because Halo, the more experience you have, you get no mechanical advantage, you get skill and knowledge.
Yeah.
stuff you can swing to your advantage. And as I said, I've recently jumped back into Infinite, and this is why I defend Infinite to my last breath against anyone who says, oh, Infinite doesn't have the classic Halo feel. It really does. I jumped back in over the last 3 days. New season's out. We'll talk about that in a bit. But I literally went from getting 2 kills on maps I didn't know to playing maps I did know, 25 kills. Map I didn't know, 3 kills. Map I did know, 20 kills. And I'm like, this is what Halo is.
Yeah.
It's about actually feeling the change based on, oh, I actually know this map. Oh, I know where I've got to go. Oh, I know where the best weapons are. Oh, I know what's coming up around this corner. You know?
Yeah.
Versus a map you don't know where you're like, oh, I don't know this map. And the difference in that to me is that in Call of Duty, if you don't know a map and you're a scummy player, you just pull out a rocket launcher. You're going to get kills because, oh, I don't know what's around this corner. Boom, 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 boom. Whereas in Halo, you don't have that opportunity. You can't just be like, oh, well, I'll just come in with a rocket launcher. You've got to actually be and learn the map. And as I said, Infinite is doing that for me. It is, new maps have come out. So now I'm sitting there going, oh, I don't know this map. And I'm literally seeing my performance dropping because I don't know the maps. I don't know the paths. I don't know this. I don't know that. And Infinite has way more path making than any other Halo before it.
True.
There's a new map that's very similar to an old Halo 3 map, where it's like you're in this giant tree type thing with like a facility built in it.
Oh, yep.
Well, the Infinite map, you can actually use the trees to climb and make new paths.
Oh.
So you're not stuck to the platforms and going up the way. So like I was climbing through like the branches and stuff and jumping onto platforms, making my own way, and learning the map that way. And I was like, as I said, it felt like old school Halo to me. Infinite has always felt like old school Halo to me. But as I said, I think a lot of the people who talk about Infinite and go like, "Oh, Infinite's not good." They use the battle pass and the thing as being like, the battle pass is too long. I totally disagree, and it doesn't have enough to keep people coming back. And I'm like, well, that's the gameplay's job, isn't it?
It is.
No one don't get me wrong. As someone who has played a game for many hours because of the battle pass, Call of Duty, it sucks because you're not there because the game is fun. You're there because you're like, well, I paid for this battle pass. I want to get the most out of it.
Pretty much.
And I've only got, I've got 100 tiers to get in 60 days. It becomes a job.
Yeah, especially since it's now 60 days. Actually, is it 60 or is it 30 now? We'll have to double check that when we get back in.
I honestly don't know.
But I looked at it and I thought it was lower when I saw it last.
Yeah.
And just thought, why make it lower? Why have the same amount?
Because, as I said, there's nothing in the game to keep you coming back, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
People are starting to look at battle passes like, well, you come back because you want to complete the battle pass. And it's like, no, the battle pass is an added bonus for fun gameplay. And as I said, that's where a lot of people are like, I'm like, no, you're wrong about Halo for that, because Infinite doesn't rely on you wanting to finish the battle pass. As I said, I haven't bought the last 2 battle passes for Halo Infinite. Not because I don't want them, but because I don't feel the need to buy them. No. There's no rush into it. And I want to talk about that in a second. But the Halo Season 4, so it's only on Season 4.
Okay, yes.
The Call of Duty that came out last November is also on Season 4.
Very true.
Like, that's a big disparity. It still has 105 days left on it. On its Season 4 Battle Pass. And people go, it's too much time. I've already unlocked everything. I'm not coming back to play the game. Well, it's not the Battle Pass's job to make you play the game.
No.
Because that is working. The gameplay is fun. If you're not having fun with the gameplay...
If you're only doing it for the Battle Pass and nothing else, with a lot of what they're doing these days...
it's tap.
You're literally just playing the way they want you to, which is spend more money.
Spend more money for nothing.
Whereas
really.
I don't want to play a game for spend more money. I want to play a game because it's enjoyable.
And that's the thing I like about Halo as well. The Battle Pass doesn't give you any mechanical advantage. Again, you're not getting... It's all just cosmetic stuff. Which is what a Battle Pass should be. You shouldn't be getting new guns out of the Battle Pass. You shouldn't be getting this or that out of the Battle Pass. It should just be cosmetic shit. And trust me, I'd rather the new pieces of armor that you get in Halo to make your character a little bit more unique than, hey, here's a weapons charm that you get in Call of Duty. But yes, like, so the Halo Battle Pass is so much longer, which is good because I feel like I can jump on, play a bit of Halo, and when I stop having fun, stop playing.
Yeah.
And then I can come back, and if I still want to work on that Battle Pass, I have heaps of time. I don't have to be like, oh, I've got to unlock 3 levels today, otherwise I'm never going to finish this Battle Pass.
True.
So, I feel the time is a good thing. We should not be making games a chore to play. That's part of the issue.
It really is.
Secondly, as I said,
I'm excited about some of the new games coming out. Some of the stuff that's been announced, because none of it looks like it's a chore.
Exactly. Secondly, continuing the talk of battle passes, I've said this before, Halo allows you to go back to battle passes you've already bought and unlock them. Well, I've recently found out that it's actually better than that. They allow you to go back to battle passes you haven't bought, buy them if you want, and then continue to work towards them.
That's pretty good.
So I jumped on, like I said, the other day, Season 4. I completely missed Season 3. There was stuff in Season 3 that I wanted, I just completely missed it because I hadn't played Halo in so long. I went, oh, did I miss out on all that? No, I didn't. I can go back at any time and start using my gameplay to get what I want.
That's good.
It's linear, so I still have to get the stuff I don't want to get to what I want.
Yeah, of course.
But I can literally be like, oh, I've done everything I want out of this one, or I finished this one, I'm going to go back and work on this one. Or I really want this, so I'm going to focus my attention on that. Yes. That is how battle passes, especially paid battle passes, should be.
Yes.
If it's not paid battle pass, I don't care. If it's Fall Guys battle pass, I don't care. I haven't paid for that. If I miss out on stuff, I miss out on it. Even if I really wanted it, I didn't have to put any money down. Call of Duty goes, give us money, and then once it's gone, it's gone. And I hate that. I really think that is...
It's actually how most of Overwatch does the same thing.
Yeah, I think that is the scummiest way you can do a battle pass. I think that Halo should be applauded for the way that's doing its battle pass. Hey, you paid money? Yeah, you can unlock this whenever, man. It's your stuff.
It's like with the Overwatch battle pass that I actually did put a bit of time into. I was actually working towards something, but not even the battle pass could give me enough. It was enough to be like, yep, I'm going to come back and play this. I just got bored.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I feel is an issue.
So, and I think it was about 5 levels off. And then, because I dropped it and then completely forgot about it, I came back.
It was gone.
2 days after it changed. I'm like, cool, can't get it again. Or I can still, but I've got to spend real money on it. Which is a ridiculous amount for what it was. It was just an emote.
Yeah. Well, as I said, that's where I'm like, I think people, especially people who look at Halo Infinite poorly and go, oh, it's doing all this wrong. I think they're actually looking at the situation wrong.
Yeah.
As I said, I love Halo.
Yeah.
And you may say, oh, well, that's the only reason you're defending it. Well, okay. But here are the reasons why I'm defending it. The gameplay is fun. I enjoy playing Halo. So, unlike a lot of other games, it doesn't feel like a chore. Yeah. Secondly, it gives me the option when I'm dealing with a battle pass, and it says, yeah, dude, once you spent the money, it's yours. You just have to play the game whenever you feel like it.
Yeah. Well, the last time
That's brilliant.
Well, the last time I had fun playing any COD was Black Ops 3 Zombies. Yeah. Played the shit out of it. And then... before that, it would have been the Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2.
But
it's Black Ops. So they were fun.
But here's my issue with the whole thing. And as I said, it kind of comes down to that issue I have with people being like, oh no, the new Halo doesn't do battle passes right, doesn't do this, doesn't do that. The battle passes are too long, so there's no incentive to come back and play. I just say, what are you talking about? The incentive to play a game is that it's fun. It's a game. That's its job.
Yep.
If companies, and this is what I feel with Overwatch, this is what I feel with Call of Duty, the battle passes are the incentive to come back and play, because otherwise you'll lose this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't want to lose this stuff. Whereas, like, if you made your game fun to play,
people wouldn't leave.
People wouldn't be leaving. The modern battle pass thing was like, if you leave, you'd lose all this stuff. So keep playing so you don't miss out on it. Is BS.
Oh,
it just shows poor game design. Whereas I feel the way Halo's doing it is just kind of like, hey, play our game because it's fun, and you go, yeah, it is fun. I'm having a good time, and then the battle pass is just a bonus. And yes, it makes them money. Yes, they have a shop. Yes, they have this and that. But as I said, like, the thing that I've always loved about Halo, and it started to disappear, but it's come back strong, is that there is no mechanical advantage.
Yeah.
There are game modes where, like, a game mode that I play a lot is called Fiesta. You literally spawn in with random weapons.
And they are some fun games.
It's a hilarious game. Literally,
but I don't think they do it anymore.
I can tell you it's not as good as this.
Okay.
Like, last night, I was playing it, spawned in with a pistol and a plasma pistol. And I was like, fuck. But I know that that's only until I die. And I walked around a corner and there was a dude with a gravity hammer and killed me. You know what I spawned in with next time? A gravity hammer and a rocket launcher.
Nice.
I became a monster.
You did.
Then I died. You know what I spawned in with? A battle rifle and a sword. And I went, okay. So it's just... You go, oh, well, that's a mechanical advantage because you're spawning with super weapons. Yes, but it's constantly changing. Everyone has the same opportunity because you're just randomly rolling weapons.
Yep.
You play SWAT. Everyone has the same weapon. You play...
Yeah.
You play basic Team Slayer. Everyone spawns in with the same weapons, and all the rest of the weapons are hidden around the map. And I was like, that is what made Halo Halo.
And that would keep it fun.
And that is what has always made Halo one of the best games, is that everyone starts off on an even playing field.
Yeah.
You can kind of look at someone and go, oh shit, they're a good player. Because you look at their armor, and they'll have like a good piece of armor. And you'll go, oh shit, that's a high level thing from someone who's finished the last battle pass. Now that doesn't necessarily mean they're a good person, but the more stuff that they have, the more unique their armor, the more you look at it and go, that's a player.
Oh yeah.
Like, I look at the starting and I go, oh crap, that's going to be the best player on our team. Or you'll look at my armor and people go, oh, he's got all of this stuff. He's a good player. Yeah, okay, that's kind of how you tell them. You don't see the guys with the golden guns running around.
Yeah.
Like you do in COD. But even the good players in Halo, with the knowledge of the maps, their skill at the game, and like all of the advantages that they've built by playing a lot of the game, can be undone by a lucky rookie.
That is
someone
true,
who just accidentally walks across the rocket launcher and goes, I have a rocket launcher now. Like, you know, and that's what kind of makes Halo fun. I was playing a game of SWAT last night, and it was a map I knew, so I was doing really well on it. I had 25 kills for my team, and I'm literally sitting there. My team and the enemy team were both on 49 out of 50 kills, and I saw a guy run around the corner. I went, here's the guy I'm going to kill. I'm going to kill him, or I'm going to die. But either way, me going around that corner ends this game.
True.
But I knew the map, I knew myself, I knew the game mode, I trusted the weapon, I trusted my own skill, and I went, I'm going around this corner. Went around the corner, he was ducking down, and just bang, single headshot, won the game for the team. Moment of absolute elation. It felt so good. I only had the confidence to do that because it was Halo. If it was Call of Duty, I'd be like, fuck no.
I'm going that way.
There's no thing in it where it's like the players are never on an even playing field in COD.
No.
And like, I don't know how many times I've seen it. I used to complain about it to Kris all the time, where it'd be like, it sucks when you are the most valuable player. Like, you have more kills than the rest of your team combined.
Yeah.
But the enemy team wins because they all just pulled out rocket launchers.
Oh, it's the worst.
And it's like, you're walking around trying to use skill and they're just blowing up everything.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck me. And, as I said, Halo doesn't do that. Yes, there are rocket launchers on the map. One, generally. I played Halo Master Chief with some of my buddies the other day. And, like, it took me back. Like, we were playing one map and I was just like, because it was a 2-on-2 kind of game we were playing. And I was just like, quickly, follow me. And they're like, wait, Darcy knows this map. Oh no, fuck. And then within 5 seconds, my teammate had the rocket launcher and I had the sword. And we're running around winning.
Yeah.
And, so, but by the end of our playthrough, the other guys had started to learn the maps a bit, and my immediate advantage on Halo Reach had gone down. And, to give you an idea, the advantage I have in Halo Reach is I played the shit out of that game when it first came out.
Yeah.
Like, I was top 150 in the world. My friends never played it.
Yeah.
But by the end of the day, with some team rebalancing, so it was me and probably our worst player versus the two middle players, they were able to win. Because they got the advantage. Like, they'd learnt the maps enough and learnt the mechanics enough that they were now able to actually beat me in a game. Whereas before, they'd really not stood a chance. It was a bit of a massacre. And that's what's great about Halo. In that same situation, had we been playing COD, I would have just pulled out my best weapons and they wouldn't have stood a chance. It's kind of like that day we were playing COD with Jaden, and I was like, oh, well, I'm just going to pull out my best weapons. And I pulled out my best weapons, and I was a monster.
Oh, that's how it goes.
Yeah, and it's like...
Whereas mine depends on how serious I want to be that day.
Exactly.
I tend to do okay, but if I actually want to be serious about it, I'm not saying I'm top of the leaderboard, but I do quite well.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and I think that's what makes Halo Halo. And that is where Infinite has come back to.
Yes.
It's, it's still crazy fun, but it's focusing back on that thing where it's like, you don't have to be the best player who's sunk the most time in to have fun.
Oh, yeah, no.
However, if you do spend the time and you do put the hours in, you do get an advantage. But that advantage isn't in the gameplay.
No.
It's your own ability.
And it's not a permanent advantage either.
No. As I said, I start a map and I go, oh, I know this map, I know where the power weapons are. Someone else follows me and goes, oh, now I know where the power weapons are. We walk around a corner and I get an unlucky frag grenade.
Yep.
The power weapons become the other teams. And it's that power balance that I feel brings us back in Halo. I just, it's just one of those things where you just, I really just think that the Halo Infinite gets this really unfortunate rap for being absolutely fair about everything.
No.
And not being as much as a scumbag as some of these other games. And actually being like, no man, come back and play.
And that's the problem, because so many people play these days by being that scumbag that when they go to a game where you don't have it, they hate the game purely because they can't do it. They can't win because they don't have the skill.
But it's even like, as I said, I think what annoys me the most is that people sit there and go like, oh no, but it doesn't even know how to do battle passes properly. And I'm like, no, it's doing battle passes the way all battle passes should be done.
It's doing it far better than anyone else is.
Fairly, and giving you enough time that you play the game because you want to, not because, I need to, otherwise I've wasted my money here.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel games like Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty's fucking battle pass is getting shorter and shorter all the fucking time.
It is. As I said, I think at the moment it's at 30 days.
They realised, well, as I said to you before, the only reason I'd play DMZ DMZ.
Yes, that is a correct one.
I don't know why that sounds so weird to me. But the only reason I play it is because it was the fastest way to unlock the battle pass.
By a long shot.
Yeah. And I think that they've realised that because of Warzone and DMZ, you can unlock the battle pass pretty quickly. So they've shortened the time period you have the battle pass for.
Yeah. Which then makes
to make you play it even more. And it's just like...
Which makes it worse for people like me who will drop the game for 2 weeks straight because I do not want to play it.
I haven't played it in probably about 2 weeks.
Yeah. I played it day 2 of the new season.
Okay.
Haven't played it since.
I played it day 1, and then I've literally played it Felicia's birthday, and then party.
I think I might have played it the next day.
Yeah. I played it that day, and then I haven't touched it since, because I just honestly don't care.
Oh yeah, that's same here.
But yeah, as I said, like I just find it such a funny thing that people are like criticizing Halo for having the most player-centric, fairer system.
Yeah. Because
other places do a scummier one, and that's what we've just accepted as the way you do it. And because it's like, no, you're supposed to take my money, and I can miss out on things and never get things that I paid for. And that's always my biggest issue with battle passes.
Process.
It's been my issue with battle passes since the first one ever came out.
Yeah,
is I've just been like, you have to pay, and you're not even guaranteed. Like, I would be fine with paying if it's like at the end of the battle pass season you unlocked all the stuff you paid for. It's like, you just had to wait longer.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I get what I paid for.
Yeah,
but to pay for the privilege to work a job,
yeah,
I'm just like, ooh, I'm not okay with that.
No,
and then you have people like, but that's the way battle passes are done. It's like,
it's a horrible way to do it.
Remember that's how we all felt about DLC when it first happened, and then we all got to the point where we were like, this DLC is getting ridiculous. We're paying $70 on day 1 for stuff that's not even done yet. Yeah. And then we went to battle passes where you're paying $44 in the case of COD for stuff you may never get because you didn't play the game enough.
And people just accept it.
And that's not $44 once when the game comes out. That's $44 every month, 2 months, 3 months, however often it is. You're paying that every time the new one comes out.
Oh, and the new issue as well. You know how when they went to Season 3, they didn't reset all your stuff?
Yeah,
they've reset it all. Yeah. So, all the work you put in to get the extra weapon, all that sort of stuff.
If they left it unlocked, Kris, they would probably see a massive drop-off, because what reason is there for you to come back? The grind to get to that level, there's no reward anymore.
Yeah.
And as I said, that's indicative of terrible gameplay, because if you have to come back, if the only thing bringing you back is the reward, not the fun gameplay, your game sucks.
As far as I'm concerned, it's a grind, and I hate that in a game. Yes, I know there's sometimes that there is a little bit of grinding in a game. I don't mind a little bit. But this is why I also don't like Destiny, is because it's just a massive grind.
That's MMOs. But like, okay, think about any game, right? Let's go back to God of War, because God of War, especially the remake, is fantastic.
Yes.
You can finish that game without ever having to do anything uber hard.
Correct.
Without having to do much of the grinding.
Nope. Your grinding becomes, in the first one at least,
it's
finding all the crows.
Yep, it's entirely optional. It's a thing that, hey, if you want to do this, you want to fight all the Valkyries, go for it.
That's the thing,
you want to find all the treasure, go for it. You want 100%, go for it. But to finish the game, you don't have to put yourself through the stuff that people who are just casual gamers are going to find tedious and unfun.
Yes. The
constant deaths to Valkyries. It's kind of why casual players don't play.
It's really the Valkyrie Queen.
Soulsborne games, though.
It's true. Yeah.
Like anyone who's a gamer says, "Oh, you got to play the Souls game," but people who are casual about gaming, who are like,
they're not gonna
"Yeah, I like to play a game on a weekend. I'm free. Once every month, I might have a weekend where I can play some video games."
And they're generally not the person.
They're not going to be playing Soulsborne games because they do not have the time to get good.
They don't have time to get... Well, they don't have time to learn the patterns. That's how you get good. But the thing is...
They just don't have the time to even want to put it into a game that is overly difficult for very little return.
And for a lot of people, it's a rage-inducing game.
True. But, here's the thing about gaming, right? Whilst you've got people who are constantly gaming, whilst you've got casuals who you would say are more than casuals, but they really only play games casually. They're not in it to get good. They're not there because, it's a pastime for them. They don't want to play games that have these incredibly hard or grindy mechanics because those things don't make games fun. Oh. Like, people who play Dark Souls do not sit there and go, it's super fun. It's, no, I beat it. I beat the game. Look how good I am. I spent the time. I did my dues. I beat the game.
And if you 100% the game, it's a situation of you've beat it at least 3 times. Minimum 3 times.
But, this is the type of thing. It's like, you're not playing those games because they're fun. Some of them are, but a lot of it is you're playing the game because of X.
Yeah.
You want to get to the end of it. And, I can see casuals being like, I want to play Dark Souls, I want to get to the end of it. But very quickly, you're going to lose those players because it's such an unrelenting game.
Oh,
there's not areas you can't just.
It's the same with Elden.
Like, to give you an example, right? It's the same type of thing that turns a lot of casual gamers off super long games. True. Because you can't sit down and play 2 hours and then come back maybe a month later
and just pick it up
and continue going.
Because if you get far enough in the game,
you've forgotten what you're doing. You don't know the controls. All the things that might happen in a long game.
Whereas it
do happen. It's kind of like my thing with The Witcher 3. Every time I go back to it, a game I love, but I pretty much have to restart the game every time I go back.
Because you got to relearn it.
Because I've got to relearn it. And because I've already beaten the game several times, I always play on the harder difficulty.
Yeah.
So without knowing the controls, I can't actually have any fun with the game.
True.
Because I'll get murdered straight away.
Oh.
So it's back to the start, learn the controls, play 8 hours, and then I'm done with it. Because I played 8 hours of a game that I love, but I finished, so off I go. And then it might be a month before I come back to it. And I'm 8 hours in, but I've forgotten all the controls, so back to the start, I play another 8 or so hours, and I'm done with it.
Yeah.
And so that's the problem with long games, and with grindy games, and with all of these things that, mechanics that people that like those games love. For the casual person, they're not good. And battle passes are the same. For the casual gamer, they're not good. A casual gamer wants a fun game that they can pop in and out of and not need anything. It's why Call of Duty has always kept me going, because I can jump in and play one game.
Because it's not hard to figure out. Because generally, going between any other first-person shooter, it's about the same controls. There might be 1 or 2 differences in a control, but that's it.
But you can jump in and play 1 or 2 games, throw away half an hour, and jump out, and nothing's the matter.
Well, that was the thing.
And to be honest, as I said, I haven't played Call of Duty in over 2 or 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
I don't miss it.
Nope.
I don't want to go back to it. And I haven't bought the Battle Pass, so I don't feel any need to go back to it.
I'm hoping.
I haven't spent any money, so I don't feel the need to go back to it.
Yeah.
Whereas last season, I kept saying to you, I got to go back to it.
Yeah.
I've spent money on it. I've got to finish this.
Yep.
I need to. I hate that about gaming. Gaming is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
Not a chore. And so that's my big issue with battle passes. And that's why I take so personally when people are like, oh, Halo's doing it all wrong. Because I'm just like, no, Halo's great. I haven't bought a battle pass in Halo for like the last 2 seasons, which is something like half a year, 6 months.
Which is good.
The last
good amount of time.
Last battle pass I remember working towards was the free one they gave out over Christmas.
Yeah.
So it's been about 6 months.
Yeah.
And I haven't bought a battle pass, But now I'm looking back at the stuff and going, oh, I actually do want that stuff. And guess what? Because of the way Halo works, I can buy those battle passes and I can work towards them.
And you know what the next thing is? I'm okay with Halo calling it a season. Because if you only get 4 a year, it makes sense.
4 in about 2 years.
Oh, so it's 4 in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's even better.
I'm pretty sure they're like 150 days a season.
Oh shit, that's
even more.
Fantastic. I don't like the fact that Call of Duty calls it a season because it's 1 month, like, or 2 months, and it's like
it's literally not even a season.
When you think of the word season, I don't know about you, but I think of 3 months.
At minimum.
That's what I mean. I think 3 months because that's a season. It's what we called a season in the year.
Yeah. No, as I said, I just fully don't dislike this whole thing of you got to have a battle pass. It's got to be short. It's the reason people keep coming back. Incorrect. People will come back if your game is fun.
Yes.
I know I've talked about it in a negative manner, but God of War. Do you remember God of War Season Pass? No, because it didn't fucking have one. Because what brought people back was the fact it was a good game.
Yes.
It didn't need to go, well, pay us money and we'll let you unlock stuff monthly.
And the other advantage to that one is you didn't have... If you were trying to beat the Valkyries, you could still do it as a casual gamer because all it meant is to reload, go back to an earlier area, and just fight enemies until you get it back up and then go back. It does become a tiny bit of a grind because that's what you're trying to do.
But the great games have those things, right? It's like, yes, there are the grinds, but the grinds don't stop you from enjoying the game.
Yeah.
It's like the Valkyries, again, as the example, they're late game, post game kind of things.
Yes.
After you finish the story, you go back, you fight them.
Even Niflheim?
Niflheim.
Is that the one I was thinking of?
Niflheim. The poison one.
Yes, then I was thinking of the correct one.
I don't think that's Niflheim, though. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Okay. Either way, the poison place, you have chests to unlock. You can unlock it at any point through the game. Well, once you've unlocked the place, you can do it. And it is a later game, but you can do it before you finish the game. There is a grind there.
Yep, that's
because
a very
unlock
grindy part. But you don't have to do that to finish the story. So if you're a casual gamer who just wants to experience the story, done. You can close it off, as I have done, once you finish that part. And you never have to go back, you never have to do the grindy parts. But if you're someone like Kris who enjoys that kind of thing, it's there for you.
Well, I haven't actually finished that one.
But it's there for you.
Because it is a very large grind with that one, but at least there's a goal at the end of it. Unlike Destiny, whereas the grind is like, hey, you might get this gun.
See, Destiny's the one I like to use because it's like Jordan would grind it all the time.
Yes.
And he'd be like, yeah, I got the new gun. It's like, oh, you going to use it? No, it's worse than the stuff I'm already using.
He just wants all the guns. But
why
the trouble
did you
is,
waste your time doing that?
The amount of times I did the end of the Last Wish raid with them, just to try to get a gun, out of all of the times I did it, 2 popped up. And it was in the same one, and it was given to 2 people who already had the gun.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
No one else got it.
You could have traded
Jordan
with
Avenge. No, I don't think you can in that.
Well, I'm fairly sure they could have. They might have just been dicks, though.
No, I don't think you can actually trade guns.
What?
You can swap it between your characters, but I don't. From memory, you can't trade it to another player.
Then how can it even be called an MMO? There's no player trading.
Yeah, I don't believe there was any.
I'm confused.
It's literally you just help your other.
That's the grindy. You know,
yeah,
like
it's too much.
That's the side of it that I hate.
Yeah.
But you know, as I said, games need to be fun. That's the big thing. If a game wants to be successful, it needs to be fun. And I feel a lot of these first-person shooters with battle passes are no longer fun. They entirely rely on the battle pass to have you coming back because you need to unlock that next thing. And I just disagree with that. It's so bad.
It's horrible.
And it sucks because I think it does ruin some pretty good games.
Does, yeah.
And it makes things that could be a lot of fun to play less fun because it literally becomes a chore.
Yep.
Yeah. The other thing I want to say about Halo's Battle Pass compared to Call of Duty's is that Halo's is quite transparent.
Yep.
It says you need this much XP to boost it, and then it shows you how much you get, so you always know how much you need to get to the next level. Unlike Call of Duty's, which kind of just does it in the background and you see a little bar filling up.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you're like, oh, that bar filled up all the way. And sometimes you're like, mate, I did exactly the same thing that gave me over half a bar before, and now I've got that much.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, is there some level of, oh, quickly, you've been gaining too much, let's slow you down.
Yeah, because it's not completely transparent on what you did to get all the experience.
Oh, yeah, I've always hated that about that. And I'm just like, you're not even, like, as I said, I've had games where it's been like heaps of experience, and then you get like this much.
And the list at the end is very short. You get heaps of experience, and then you get into one where it's like that list just keeps going and going and going and going, and then you get the tiniest amount of experience. You're like, no.
Yep.
That is not how that should work.
Yep, you're just like, wait, what? And it's like, no, we did that, and you're just like, what the fuck is the math behind this? But yeah, as I said, it annoys me because like I've just seen so many people being like, oh, you know, Halo Infinite, oh, that was no good, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? Have you actually played Halo Infinite? Have you given it a go, or are you just someone who's like, oh well, it's no good.
Pass.
It's no good because it does its battle pass differently, and it does this, and oh, it's Microsoft, and you know, I don't like Microsoft, and it's like, play it. If you don't like it, no one's going to force you to like it.
Yeah.
But if you're seriously an old Halo fan, you'll love Infinite because it is that old Halo stuff mixed in with a little bit of new stuff. But you know, it's that old Halo feel with that little bit of modern moving around, like the fact that you can actually sprint now and climb over things. As opposed to the old Halo 3. Don't get me wrong, I love Halo 3, but like in old Halo 3, you'd literally just be like, jump. Like that was really the only choice you had when it came to movement.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump over you and hopefully I'll jump behind you and smack you in the back.
There's a lot of games where I did that. It's like if it had a dash feature, which didn't really add any extra time, or like, it didn't save you any time, I'd still spam the dash everywhere.
Oh, well, that's like open world games.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like Darksiders.
Yeah.
When I was playing Darksiders 2, if I wasn't able to use the horse, I would literally just be dashing everywhere.
Well, it's like
didn't give you any.
If you actually watch someone play Skyrim's a great example.
Yeah.
You'll watch people and they'll jump. They'll just jump places.
Yeah.
It's not because it's any faster. It actually doesn't save you any time whatsoever. No. It just feels faster because you're actually doing something.
Yes. That's pretty much what I would do with the dashing. The only advantage a dash gave you is when you were in a fight, you can dodge.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, like people, if you're doing something for a long amount of time, you want to feel like you're making it faster, and by just doing something, it makes you feel faster because you're not just sitting there pushing forwards. You're actually putting inputs in.
Yeah.
So whilst it doesn't make anything faster, it makes you feel like you're doing something. So, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that just about does us for today.
I think so.
I feel pretty good, you know. I don't have anything else to say. Do you have anything else to say, Kris?
No, I think we pretty much said everything we needed to.
Yeah. You haven't played anything interesting this week?
I haven't played anything this week.
Yeah, pretty standard for Kris, actually.
At the moment, yeah.
He doesn't play video games ever.
I used to play them all the fucking time.
And then you became a sad sack. And then you just don't do anything.
Hey, I went to that party.
Yeah, I can't speak. You know, I think I've played Halo and baseball, and I've actually played a lot of games this week because I've been playing Civ 5.
Yeah.
And other games whilst playing Civ 5 because it's like Civ 5 is so slow. So I played Halo.
Fair.
I've played baseball. I've played Madden. I've played all this other stuff, but that's like just like in between turns of playing Civ 5. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's good.
And while watching videos. So, at one point I had all 3 screens going.
I think all I've been doing recently is been watching a bit of Bleach and Supernatural.
I actually did watch all of the new Bleach.
I'm watching it from the start because I've only seen now about 17 episodes.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I know we said we're gonna end, but now that Kris has brought up Bleach, which I literally just finished watching yesterday.
Yes.
It's a weird anime. Like not in terms of like it's weird. It makes sense for what it is.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
an anime
100%.
about soul reapers and samurai people.
Yes.
But what's weird about it is that the first run is so bloated and so slow paced.
Yes. Which is why I originally started watching it years ago, but never actually finished it because it was slow.
Well, it is really slow. You get over it once you make it to the Soul Society arc, because he's kind of always getting more powerful and the fights are better. But don't get me wrong, it is slow as fuck. Like its pacing is slow as fuck.
I'm well aware.
It's got the One Piece and pretty much all shonen issues where it's like this one fight lasts 3 episodes.
One shonen that's actually quite fast paced.
Which is
Demon Slayer. It's actually quite fast paced on that one.
I'll take your word for it. I have no interest in Demon Slayer.
Oh, that's fair. I'm just
But anyway, so super slow paced. Fights can last many episodes, as they do in every shonen. But
Piece now
then you get to the new series, the one where we're at the 1,000-year blood war.
Yes.
And 12 episodes covers a lot of stuff.
Okay.
They're not finished it yet.
I know that, yeah.
But 13 episodes. 13 episodes covers about half of the stuff that happens. So it's just go.
Okay, sure.
There is like in the past there would have been like to give away a really early spoiler. There's a point where he gets trapped.
Okay, yeah.
And in the past he would have been trapped for 3 or 4 episodes.
Sounds right, yeah.
And in this one, he's like, I think it's 2. Like he's trapped at the end of one, and is kind of broken free by the middle of the next one. I think
that's better.
Or possibly 3.
But
it's because while he's trapped, we completely forget about him and do a really important thing.
Yeah, but you know what the main...
But yeah, so it's like things that would have been... Like, I remember from the past, there's like episodes where it's like they spend the entire time just traveling, and there's so much talking. Whereas in this one, it's just like action. And like there's been 3 or 4 plot points where I'm like, we won't see these plot points, because I have read the manga for this one, because I never thought we'd see the end of Bleach.
Yes.
And I wanted to know how it ended. But it's like, you're like, we won't see this part. It's only 12 episodes, and it's like, oh, not only have we seen that, that's concluded. Fuck, okay. Shit. Whoa.
Yeah, but the main reason
It's just
for that
weird.
is the way they're doing it now. Like, One Piece obviously isn't doing it.
No.
But a lot of anime now is going down the track of, we don't want to be like One Piece in the sense that it's just a stupidly long amount of time.
It's incredibly hard for you to get into One Piece. As someone who watches One Piece on and off, and I can't actually remember where I'm up to. Well, I do remember sort of where I'm up to.
Yes.
I just have to find it because I don't remember the episode number. I just remember the part about where I was.
Yeah.
They've just arrived at Whole Cake Island.
Oh, just arrived there.
Yeah, literally. So I don't know what episode it is, but I'm like, oh, they've just arrived.
Yeah.
But so I fall off and on One Piece because I'm a binge watcher. I'll sit down and watch an entire series in a day. So I will turn it on, and I don't pay overly attention But once I've caught up, I kind of just go off, and then thousands more episodes get put in.
Yes.
But I always find it hard with One Piece.
1067, I think, right now.
Well, that's what kind of... And that's the problem with One Piece. 1,000 episodes, and we're still not at the end. And if you're someone starting, you go, holy shit, that's a big number. And it is.
Yeah.
And then you start watching it, and you get to some of the things like what they're doing now, where about the episode's only 18 minutes long because we have the what happened last episode.
Yeah.
The opening, the ending, and then it's
actually, they've taken out the ending now.
Oh, well, that's okay then.
Now you've got the to be continued, a brief thing about what's happening next episode, done.
Yeah, but like, of a half-hour show, or 24 minutes, it's like...
Whole Cake was bad for it.
Yeah. Well, where I was up to was like, I was literally doing the maths, and I was like, holy shit, there is 8 minutes every episode dedicated to not this episode.
Yes.
And I'm like,
because
you've only got 24 minutes of a show, losing a third of that to stuff that was literally the episode you just watched.
Yep.
And an opening song.
Look, and nowadays they shouldn't be doing it.
Oh no,
they shouldn't.
But that's
because it's. I get it from when it started. It was, you could only see it on TV.
Oh, you'd watch it once a week.
You'd watch it once a week, whereas now you can watch it whenever the hell you want. Because if you want to find out,
and more importantly, if you missed the week before, that catch up was really important.
Yes.
Because life happens. So if you'd missed the week before, you might not know what's happening.
Yes.
So that catch up was important. Now not so much. Oh, you missed last week's?
Yeah.
Just watch it on the streaming site you're watching it on.
Because, so what's that? You want to watch One Piece nowadays? Oh, you can't watch it on TV.
Yeah.
You've got to have this streaming app or watch it online.
Yeah. So I think that's what really annoys me to One Piece though.
Yeah.
It's just so bloated, and we're up to over 1,000 episodes. But I feel with 500 well put together episodes,
would be the same. It's a very similar point.
I think we'd be past where we're at now.
Taking out fillers and all that. Yeah.
Taking out fillers, taking out things that were needlessly extended.
Like what was it only a couple of weeks ago? The Zoro and Sanji's fight recap.
Yeah.
Came up.
Mm-hmm.
Basically what happened is they both finished their fight. So it was like Zoro finished his, Sanji finished his, episode recap.
Well, I'm thinking about episodes where it's like, we'll cut from the action to what someone else is doing, and what they're doing is nothing.
Yeah.
They're just walking towards where the fight's happening, going, there's a fight happening over there.
The only thing I can say is I've now seen a timeline for when we actually get
the end.
No, not the end.
Oh,
we're still a ways off that. Just to get Gear 5.
Oh fuck.
6 episodes.
Yeah. See,
sorry. In
I
5
just can't
episodes,
abide by that.
I think it's in 4 or 5 episodes. The very end of it is when Luffy actually becomes it, and that's the very end. The next episode is where it's like, that's it. This is it.
So you mean the next 6 episodes because it's a big fight?
Well, yes, but the next episode is when you fully see the actual.
Yeah, no, I can't abide by that because it's just so slowly paced, and you're just like, guys, come on, really?
Well, it's so slowly paced because of the way they're doing it. It's because they've started the fight, and then they keep switching to and from other fights.
It's been slow paced since it started.
Oh, I'm well aware.
And the truth is, it gets twice as slow every new crew member that's added.
True.
Because it's like, okay, well now you've got someone else to show fights with.
Because the only thing is,
well now you've got someone else to show fights with.
The advantage of what they're doing at the moment is Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy are your main 3 fights.
Mm.
So you're still getting a bit out of those because they're the 3 heavy hitters.
Mm.
The others are sort of just like Nami and Usopp. Nami and Usopp, they're together.
Mm.
Brooke and Robin are together. And then Frankie is running around doing his own thing, but I don't think he's good. At least not for a little while. We're not going to see too much more of him. And Chopper, stuff was happening in the background with Queen's fight there that he was doing.
What about Jinbei?
Jinbei's fight's already done.
Okay.
So,
well, no. See,
Jinbei's
I
fight
like the
lasted
example.
like 2 episodes at most.
I kind of like the example of the Arlong Park arc.
Yep.
Versus the CP9 fights.
Yes.
So in the Arlong Park arc, if I'm remembering correctly,
yes,
you had all of the minor fights pretty much wrap up in one episode.
Pretty much, yeah.
With a few added bits and pieces. Whereas the CP9 arc, I remember this specifically because I was like, why the fuck are we naming the episodes what we're naming them? But every single crew member had their own fight that took multiple episodes.
Yes.
Because I remember episodes being named like Chopper versus this person. And then at the end of the episode, that fight would start, and you're like, why the fuck did we call the episode?
Don't name it that unless you're.
Why did we call the episode this when we didn't see this fight?
That's why it's like, because I believe one of the episodes is being called Return of Joy Boy. So I know that's at the end of the episode. It's not at the start. It'll be at the end. That is just how it is.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it annoys me so much because it feels bloated for the sake of being bloated.
Yeah. And
it's like things that might take 5 seconds if you were to do them with good pacing is like taking whole episodes.
Oh, you would. You would easily take whole episodes out.
And, well, no, I mean, like, something that should only take 5 seconds takes an entire episode.
Oh, yeah.
Because we cut in and we cut out, we cut in, we cut out.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm fairly sure One Piece has done it, whereas, like, we've cut into the part that we already saw, and we watch it again, and then we cut out. But I hate it. One Piece is so bad for it. Especially considering that I feel like a lot of it comes from the manga, and I'm like, with any work, when you take it from written to movie, you have to understand that their pacing needs to be different.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Especially like in a manga where it's like, in this panel we see this, in this panel we see this, in this panel we see this. And then we do that in the anime. You're like, no, don't do that in the anime. Show us this one, then jump to this one. Don't show us this one, then this part, then this one, then this part.
Yeah.
Do not follow the anime. Do not follow the manga exactly.
Yeah.
Take a little bit of creative license and go, how do we pace this correctly?
Yes. Yeah, and that's what they haven't done as well as they should have.
Yeah, but let me tell you, Bleach, the newest stuff in Bleach is like, you'll watch what you're watching and you'll be like, fuck, it's slow. You get to the new stuff, you'll be like, holy shit, that was a roller coaster.
Well, see, I'm well aware it's slow, especially for as I said, especially for way things are these days. Is, like I said, Demon Slayer, quite a fast-paced anime. Dr. Stone, which I also know that you're not going to watch.
I have no interest in it because it's such a stupid premise.
But either way, it's also a fast-paced thing.
I just really hate any anime. Like, I hate any movie that's like, this person's super smart. Yeah. Because I kind of watch it and I go, oh, if they're so smart, why did they let this happen? It's like, oh, because they're super smart and good. And it's like, no, that's fine. But if you're super smart, you can play this out in your mind and go, the good action here is to do this. Yeah. It's kind of like that Dr. Stone one where it's like, I just can't get over the fact that he brought back his own enemy when he had no need to.
Oh yeah, I'm well aware.
And it's like, why did he bring him back? Oh, because he needed him for this one thing. No, he didn't. He's supposed to be a genius. The whole point of human evolution is that we don't need the Neanderthals anymore.
So the main reason was his goals bring back everyone. Whereas the guy that he brought back, his goal was like, no, we only bring back the strong.
Exactly, so that he should have been able to play that out in his head if he's so smart and gone, yeah, I probably shouldn't bring this guy back.
Having said that,
we've established
they had a little bit of a war. Now he's on his side.
I just can't abide it.
It's a thing.
Look, it's because it's
bringing everyone back.
It's because in my own life I see people who are the Neanderthal. We live in Rockhampton, and you just kind of go, yeah. If there wasn't law, you think you would be the ruler. However, because of brain power these days, we could actually easily deal with you.
Oh, easily.
You being able to punch someone in the face really hard is not a good thing. No. But actually, speaking about anime, have you ever seen Kaguya-sama?
Oh, I might have.
It's like Kaguya-sama Love is War or something like that. It's just a slice of life, really fucking weird, funny anime.
I may have. I can't remember at the moment. If I see it,
I recently watched, because I watched the first season. I went, oh, this is actually kind of funny, because it's the whole premise is that it's these two kids that like each other, but they're both like, they're pretty much convinced that whoever says they like the other one first will lose.
Okay. No, I haven't seen it, but that sounds pretty good.
And so it's like, it's constantly them, and it has that thing where it's like they're both super smart, but it doesn't play out like that, because they never go, it's never the situation where they're like, oh, but I knew you would do this, so I did this. It's more of a fact like they say something and then they realize they've walked into their trap, and so they try and figure out a way out of the trap that they've walked into.
Okay.
And there's so many things like that where it's like, but yeah, so the whole premise is that they both like each other, but they're both convinced that the other person has to be the one to confess their feelings, because that is losing. And if you confess your feelings, then the other person has all the power in the relationship. And I was watching season 3, and I got to season 3, and the other reason I bring this up is because like it is a funny anime, but it's nothing overly special. But season 3 is just weird as fuck. Not the actual season, the closing credits.
Okay.
The closing credits is like the story of, it's like a Japanese folk story.
Okay.
Played out in like animation, mixed with Starship Troopers. I will show it to you because it's fucking weird. But I was watching it and I was like, okay, so she's an angel and he's a pilot. She gives him this thing in his hand. Okay, now we're in the future, and I'm watching it, I'm like, and now that's Starship Troopers. And it's bonkers. But it is hilariously funny. But yeah, I'll show you some. Because it's worth a watch. It's one of those ones that I put on when I go to bed. Because I just like to put on funny anime that I've watched a million times because I need the noise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just watching it and I was just like, wait, that's Starship Troopers.
I do enjoy the small animes that they're just weird and funny.
It's
like they're nothing special.
My teen romantic comedy snafu.
There's that.
Would you please? I was.
How heavy are the dumbbells you lift?
That's a funny one.
That's a good one.
I was just recently lying there and I was like, what is the? I'm like, what is the show where he literally says to the girl, "Would you please stop telling me to go die?" And it's like, it's my romantic comedy snafu, where she goes, "Shouldn't you be eternally asleep right now?" And he just goes, "Can you please stop telling me to die?"
Oh, I mean, they're good. They're good. I do enjoy them because I said, told someone at work about.
That's another one I watched.
I told someone at work about how heavy are the dumbbells you lift, and he's like, "I'll put it on the list. I'll have a look at it. I'm unsure on it." And he sees me like a week later. Sees me like a week later. He's like, you told me the name of it. I questioned it. I was unsure. I didn't think I'd like it. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
because it's just so weird and funny.
Amagi Brilliant Park. I love Amagi Brilliant Park. Oh, have you ever seen it?
It sounds familiar.
Dude, it just has
I've seen a lot, so it's...
One of my favorite things is in the starting episode, the main character and one of the main supporting characters get shot. And the reason for them getting shot is that they were about to sully the House of Treats with a fight. So she shot them.
I love the thought process.
Oh
man, that's good stuff.
It's Amagi Brewing Park. That's another one. It's like people watching it are like, wait, isn't this just like overly sexualized. And it's like, that's just anime. But it's like, but it's the golden moments when something hilarious is happening. Like, there's a part in it where one of the characters gets shot because like there's this whole thing of like one of the characters has the ability to just shoot people with bullets that just cause pain. And so she shoots two of the characters who are just like, one of them's a sex pest and the other one is a gambling addict. Mind you, these are theme park mascots.
Yes.
And they said something. They were doing stuff that was well, they pretty much did something to her, so she was really pissed off at them, to not spoil the story. But she shoots them, and then it shows you the sex pest one lying there, and next to him written is, "The killer had huge tits."
Okay.
So yeah, as I said, it's like little gems like that.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, there are so many, and I like them because they're just, you can put them on.
You don't
in the
even have
background. You don't have to watch them.
No.
But they're just light-hearted, and they've got some good jokes in there.
Oh yeah.
And then because I'll watch things like quintessential quintuplets.
Yeah.
And then occasionally I'll mix it up with something like Ghost in the Shell, Ergo Proxy, like something that is actually serious.
Oh yeah.
But then it's like, okay, now I just want something that I don't have to pay attention to, is light, funny, and I can just go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's like something that's only about 12 episodes long. A self-contained story. The Devil is a Part-Timer is another classic one.
Just got its season 2 now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am looking forward to watching that. But yeah, no, I'll put on The Devil is a Part-Timer and just be like, yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Because
it's just funny.
It is.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. We will wrap up now.
Yes.
Because we've been going for about an hour and or almost 2 hours.
Almost, yeah.
So thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. Helps us out to no end. And yeah, until next time, I've been Darcy. He's been Kris. And you can catch us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time.
So,
catch you later, guys.
okay.
And then I totally forgot the month of August is a thing.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So I was sitting there and I'm like, okay, so we go away on the 10th of September. And I'm like, and that should be the end of school. I'm like, wait, but they only go back on the 9th of July. Like, that's like 3-4 weeks. I'm like, they gotta be at school for longer than 4 weeks. I'm sitting there and I'm racking my brain on this, and I'm racking my brain, and I went, surely I'm not mistaken about this. I'm like, no, because I was like, no, I looked, we go away the week before school ends. I'm like, 4 weeks is not a long time for school.
No.
And then I went, how long is it usually? It's about 10 weeks. I went, 9-10 weeks.
You're about right.
July to September. I'm like, no, that's only 4 weeks. And I went, wait, August.
That's right, there's another fucking month there.
Oh, shit, yeah. Those motherfucking days. That makes sense.
That adds up. Holy shit.
August, of course.
No, I'm saying,